Welcome back to the Love You Sew Patterns YouTube channel. Today we're going to tackle the spring roll pouch and box those corners. First, you got to match up the main body with the lining of the pouch, centering the top of the main body and the end of the wings together, working towards that corner, and that's when you're going to clip. You'll see there's a little bit of excess fabric, and that's where we're going to notch in order to ease it in. You'll clip a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch on either side of the corner. And what you're going to do is basically push those notches together in order to ease that corner down. Essentially, you want to have the flat stitch line against the zipper, not necessarily having the seam allowance edges flat. If you've ever eased in a sleeve on a shirt, this is exactly what you're doing. So after you've clipped everything down, you will want to sew across. I'm just showing you the corner right now and how we ease that fabric through. And all is going to definitely help press that seam down and push the excess fabric you have in that corner out of the way. This way you won't have any awkward folds into that corner and it will remain nice and flat. You'll continue to the end of the wing, making sure you stop at the dot, backstitching well. With both sides of the pouch complete, check your work, and now we're going to box the bag. But before all of that, we have to secure the zipper head or the pull into place. You want to pull the zipper about 1 inch away from the edge of the main body fabric and put a small safety pin or even a staple across the teeth to hold it in place, because you do not want to accidentally hit that zipper head when you sew. So line up the notch in the main body between the two bases. You can see that I have a long line connecting the notches across the body because I had traced the pattern previously. Match the center of the zipper teeth to that notch and clip into place. Make sure to move the lining seam allowance out of the way and sew across the teeth only. The stitching will anchor the zipper to the main body. Once sewn, make a snip into the main body fabric centered in front of the zipper teeth, but not going through the stitches. This will allow the main body to pivot as needed. Now you can box each side of the main body into place. It's easier to go from the zipper and work outward into the corner. Now, as you clip the main body together, make sure that that lining is out of the way, because we will only sew through the main body and zipper. You can see I'm also making sure that the zipper is laying flat so that you do not accidentally sew some folds into that zipper tape. Now we've moved on to the sewing machine, and you will sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way across. This will close up the main body of the bag. You can see I pushed away that lining. Make sure not to catch it. We'll sew it up in the next couple steps. But you will go over the zipper right here. Make sure you're keeping that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sew over well, because this part of the bag is probably going to get lots of stress. And keep going, maintaining that 1/4 inch. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward and you might have to just realign your bag a little bit. Make sure to backstitch well and then clip your threads. And this is at the point where you can cut the excess zipper tape off. This has been left on just basically for you to be able to handle and control the zipper while it's been sewn up. Always make sure to check your stitches, make sure that everything has been caught in the stitching, and now it's time to move to the lining. Make sure you move the gusset, the divider out of the way, and we will start to align the base of the lining up with the zipper. You see the middle divider pocket seam right there? It lines right on top, centered on the zipper teeth. From here, you will move and clip the lining, moving from the center where the zipper is out toward the corners. You will now see where you were able to use those Y seams with the wing and be able to pivot that down to clip onto the base. You will fold back the seam allowances and clip in. If you have any bulk, you can notch out those corners right now, clip into the seam allowance to basically get that seam, that corner, as flat as possible. Make sure you get the other side of the lining, doing exactly the same, folding the seam allowances back and clipping any extra bulk as needed and flattening out the lining to box it. Now you really want to make sure you push in where the main body and the lining meet with the zipper so that you will stack those box seams on top of each other. Again, make sure it's all in there because you don't want to catch it. And then stack the lining box seam right over where you had sewed before. And now we will flip the bag with the main body facing up, and you will just go over those same stitches, and you will catch all of the lining, you will catch the zipper in between here. It might get a little thick, but having an awl and just going slow will definitely help you. Increasing your stitch length could also help depending on what your fabric is, but just make sure to go slow. If you feel your zipper head close by, you can even hand crank over the zipper area just to make sure that you are not going to get a broken needle or some flying shards coming your way. Pivot your bag as needed. Again, you are turning a very awkward angle into a beautiful pouch later. Backstitch well and repeat all of this on the other side of your bag. And don't forget to remove that safety pin or the staple you use to hold the zipper pull into place. When finished, turn the bag out through the hole left in the lining. Check to make sure the pouch is fully closed at the base and the lining is able to lay flat. You want even seams and the zipper to be unobstructed. If it all looks good, continue to push out the corners around the main zipper, press really well and top stitch the pouch. Attach the gussets and hand stitch lining shut for a clean finish.